Do you ever finally get a peaceful moment and then immediately feel anxious or stressed, relentless? Like you can't really enjoy peace, you can't enjoy having an empty house or time for yourself. That is the topic of today's episode. Do you ever finally get a peaceful moment and then immediately feel anxious or restless? Like peace somehow feels wrong. Let me know in the comments if this resonates with you. All right. So, today we are going to talk about this topic that sounds completely backwards, but I know some of you are living this right now, and I've encountered it a lot. You say you want peace. You meditate, maybe you journal, you set your boundaries, you do all the right things, but the moment life gets calm, you suddenly start to sabotage it. You start to pick fights, maybe you start to create drama, or you spiral into this anxiety over nothing. You had your peaceful moment, all your dreams came true, and then you burned it all down to the ground, sort of. And then, of course, you hate yourself for it. There's the guilt tripping, there's the resentment. And if this ever happened to you, let me know in the comments. I know it's a very common sign. So, today we're going to break it down and we're going to see why we're doing this, why we keep sabotaging our moments of peace and joy and tranquility. Why our nervous system wants the chaos, even though we consciously want peace and we consciously choose to build a peaceful life. And yes, there is a bit of trauma into this, and how we rewrite the story, how we rewrite the pattern, so that peace can be enjoyed and we don't feel it as being a threat, because that's what happens at times. Even though we consciously want a peaceful life and a peaceful house, when we get that, the silence brings about a lot of anxiety and brings about a lot of fear, because unknowingly we associate it with the calm before the storm, and it creates this internal turmoil. And it's better to just bring in the storm now and kind of control it than wait for the inevitable to happen. So, first and foremost, let's go back to the basics and ask yourself, um, does calm, do you feel anxious when you are calm? I think this is the first thing we need to look at. Um, like something bad is about to happen. You can't enjoy a peaceful moment because you're thinking something is going to go down, something will happen. It cannot be this calm, it cannot be this good. Like you are waiting for the other shoe to drop. And one person described it perfectly when she said that, I've noticed that whenever things are going well in my life, I start to feel anxious, like I'm waiting for something bad to happen. I can't just enjoy the good moments because I'm always anticipating the next crisis. So if that resonates with you, drop a heart in the comments. Let me know. Yeah, that is very, very common. So here is what's happening and why we create the chaos and why we sabotage all the peaceful moments that we encounter. What happens is that our nervous system doesn't recognize peace as safe. It recognizes chaos as something that's familiar. So anything that is familiar will be safe because you know how to navigate it, you have the coping mechanisms for it, you kind of know the pattern, you know what to expect. There's nothing that can come as a surprise. Whereas in peace, if this is something unfamiliar to you, it will automatically feel unsafe. Even if the familiar thing is painful, even if the familiar thing is destructive, because here's the thing, if you grew up in chaos and unpredictability and constant conflict, emotional instability, and all that stuff, your nervous system learned that chaos is the baseline, that's the normal in a way. And that's what feels like home. It kind of feels like safe. Um, so your nervous system goes, wait, this is weird. This feels wrong. Something bad must happen. Um, and that is why you're constantly sabotaging your peaceful moments. You create the chaos to feel safe. You create the chaos because it gives you a sense of control over things. Again, if you are used with a very unhealthy family dynamic and a very chaotic lifestyle, then that is for you your baseline, that's your familiar, that's where your coping mechanisms come from. Having a moment for yourself, having a quiet time, a tranquil moment feels unsafe and feels unfamiliar, as if something is about to happen. And then our wonderful brains think, oh, well, if something's about to happen, why don't I just create it now and then it happens? And then I don't need to feel anxious about it. I don't need to anticipate the chaos coming. I can create it and control it. Isn't that wonderful? And without, in a way, you are a bit addicted to the chaos because every time things are going well, you create the problem. You pick a fight, you sabotage the relationship, you spiral into the anxiety. It's like you can't tolerate peace. Peace is too much of a burden. And it's not a character flaw, it's not who you are. It's simply a response to the life you have lived. It's what you know as safe. And peace is not one of those things. So let's talk about this from a scientific perspective for a moment. There's something called trauma bond to chaos. When you grow up in an unpredictable, high stress environment, your brain gets wired for it. Your nervous system becomes dysregulated, meaning it doesn't know how to exist in calm. High alert, hypervigilance, reacting to crisis. But when there's no crisis, your nervous system needs to create chaos, to create a fight, so that it can manifest and it can navigate the world, because otherwise it doesn't recognize, um, it's sort of like the GPS system was set for chaos. And if there's no chaos, you just don't know your way home. This is why you pick fights when things are going well. You sabotage perfectly good friendships and relationship. You spiral into anxiety over small things. You get worried when you are by yourself. And you feel bored or off during peaceful moments. And one one person said, very, very well spoken. I've realized that I've often self sabotaged when things are going well. It's like I don't believe I deserve happiness. So I unconsciously create problems to bring myself back down. It it happens more often than not, and if it resonates with you, I would like for you to drop a heart in the comments or let me know. For a lot of us, having a calm, peaceful moment doesn't feel like something we deserve. Maybe you get bored easily when things are stable, and you need the drama and the change and the intensity to feel alive again. But then it becomes exhausting, and you crave peace, and then the peace needs the drama, and you're stuck in this sorry, vicious circle of I want stability, but it's boring. I'm creating the drama. I'm feeling alive. It's going great. I'm exhausted. I need stability. I can't do this. I need the drama. And it just goes on and on and on until you catch on to it. You recognize the pattern. You address the problems within yourself, and you start to slowly change things and create different coping mechanisms. It's like you're trying to make peaceful something that's familiar to you instead of chaos. So you're replacing chaos is familiar with peace and tranquility are familiar. And here's the kicker, you're not actually addicted to the chaos, you're just addicted to the neurochemicals that chaos gives you. When you're in a crisis mode, your body floods you with adrenaline, cortisol, and it feels energetic, it feels alive, it feels purpose and control. But when it's calm, there's no adrenaline. Your nervous system goes, I'm bored, this is unsafe, I need the stimulation. And then boom, we create the chaos, we get our adrenaline hit, and everything kind of feels like home, like normal. So let's talk about what's really going on in real life, because I know some of you are thinking, wait, this is me, these are my patterns, I recognize myself in this. So if you pick fights when things are going well, there's not a problem in the relationship, you're happy, and then suddenly you just pick up a fight over nothing. Why? Because deep down you don't trust the peace, you're waiting for it to end, so you end it first. Again, peace tells you that at some point there will be chaos, at some point a fight is about to happen. This cannot be, it's too good to be true, sort of. So you control it by creating the chaos and creating the fights and creating the arguments. It gives you that I have everything under control feeling. Maybe you sabotage your success right before a breakthrough. You're doing great at work, you're about to get that promotion, you're about to hit goal, and then you miss the deadline or you miss the opportunity, and then you start to spiral into self-doubt and quit. Why? Because again, success feels unfamiliar, struggle feels familiar, but success doesn't. So your mind will constantly bring you back to what is familiar. Also, not a lot of us deserve success. Maybe within our family, we were not the ones being praised. We were not the ones viewed as the successful child. We were not, nobody expected us to achieve much. So, if it's unfamiliar, it will automatically feel like it is not safe. You can think of it like if you have a road that you drive on every day, That's the road that's familiar to you. You can do it with your eyes closed. Don't drive with your eyes closed, okay? But you understand what I'm saying. When you have a road that's very familiar, you can drive on it with ease without second guessing. You're okay, you feel safe, you feel confident. If you start on a journey and the road is new and you've never driven there before, you're more alert, you're more vigilant, you're more aware of your surroundings because this is your first time driving down this road. You don't really know the signs, you don't know what to expect. It's the same with life. Our brain tries to keep us in the familiar because that's what we know how to deal with, that's what we can handle. We have the coping mechanisms for it. And even if it's not perfect, even if it's abusive, even if it's toxic, and at times we know it's toxic and we know it's abusive, we will still be pulled towards it due to the simple fact that it is familiar. So, a lot of the work that I do is in bringing the unfamiliar and making it familiar so that we will not perceive it as a threat. Another thing we might do is we catastrophize small problems into full blown crisis, complete drama over nothing. Maybe it's a misunderstanding, a mixed text, a missed phone call, and we spiral into this. Everything falls apart. I knew this is too good to be true. Why is this happening to me all the time? Your nervous system is scanning for danger. This is why it's creating this loophole of it's too good to be true. And when it cannot find a real danger, it just creates one. It picks on all the little things, all the nitty gritty, um, just to make you feel safe and just to create that familiar environment of drama and to give you that adrenaline hit. Another sign is that you feel guilty or you feel anxious or just off. You can't really name it, but if you have a peaceful moment, it just doesn't feel right. You finally have a calm weekend, and instead of enjoying it, you feel restless, you feel guilty, you feel that maybe you forgot something, or that, I have a feeling something bad about to happen. Somebody said that they feel guilty. They don't feel stressed, but they feel as if they don't deserve to relax. So you fill in every moment with tasks or problems or worries. If this is you, then let me know in the comments. And maybe you're not doing a lot of tasks. You can be doing a lot of traveling or sightseeing or a lot of walking about without actually enjoying your holiday and enjoying your vacation. You turn it into a tick the box challenge. How many sites can I see in 4 days without actually enjoying any of it. Um, so, once again, this is not your fault if you find yourself doing these things. This is what your nervous system learned it has to do in order to survive. And there's good news because we can learn new things, we can adapt to new situations, and we can make the unfamiliar familiar. And that's how we stop this. This is how we teach our nervous system that peace is actually safe. So here's 5 things we can do to rewrite the story and to let our mind know that peaceful moments can be enjoyed. And yes, drama can happen, but it doesn't need to be now. It doesn't need to ruin our day or our holiday or our promotion. The moment you feel the stress and the anxiety and the urge to create the chaos, stop for a moment and check in with yourself and just talk to yourself and see, am I just looking for danger right now? Am I safe in this moment? Yes. Name the feelings, interrupt the automatic response. Okay, so look around you. What is happening? Am I safe right now? Yes, I am. Is my nervous system just looking for danger and trying to cause trouble where there isn't any? Yes. And second thing we can do is we can practice tolerating small doses of peace. Start small. Always start small. You cannot go from chaos to calm overnight. So maybe you try meditating for 2 minutes without checking your phone or without anything that will stimulate you. You know, build your capacity for calm slowly, and be aware of the feelings within your body as you are taking those 2 moments of meditation, or those 2 moments of calmness. See what exactly happens, what thoughts come to mind, what feelings come to mind, and slowly get acquainted with them, name them, and just let them pass, let them go. They're not here to stay. While we're doing this, we can do our third activity, which is regulating the nervous system and letting go of all the stress that we accumulate throughout the day. And again, our nervous system needs training to feel safe when we are at peace, when we are relaxed. You can box breathe, you can do grounding exercises, maybe you do yoga, tai chi, gentle movements. It can be walking, stretching, shaking, swimming, whatever works for you. There's so many modalities you can use to regulate your mind and your nervous system before chaos hits. And it's a wonderful thing to do, especially at the end of the day, to just let go of everything that was challenging and everything. We can challenge this idea that something bad is about to happen. And at times we do feel as if something bad is about to happen after we have a calm moment that's lasting for more than we are used with. So when you have this feeling of something bad is about to happen, when peace feels dangerous, it's kind of like the voice in your head and your brain keeps reminding you that this is not going to last. This peaceful moment, it cannot last any longer. Something is going to happen, something is going to come and ruin everything. So challenge that thought. You can put it down on a piece of paper, you can journal on it, whatever works for you, but challenge it. What if this peaceful moment is real? What if I am allowed to enjoy it? What does that say about me? You're not creating the disaster, and you're not creating the drama just because you're anxious and you want that anxiety to stop. You are slowly building and creating your resilience and enjoying those good moments. And in doing this, you're breaking the trauma cycle. You're breaking the idea of, I need to do something before things get out of hand. Because at the end of the day, this is what is it about. It's about controlling the situation and making you feel safe. The thing is that you are already safe. There's nothing within the situation that will make you feel unsafe. So do challenge that idea when it comes to mind. And last but not least, get support, get help, ask for support when you need it. You cannot do this alone. Unfortunately, one hand cannot clap. And if you've been living in chaos for years, you will have problem trusting people, you will have problems with opening up and allowing a peaceful moment to come in and to be created. And at times we need help to do this work. Again, it can be a friend, it can be a family member, it can be a therapist, a coach, a somatic practitioner, um, whatever works for you and whoever you can reach out to and trust. You do deserve the support and you deserve the rest and you deserve to enjoy a peaceful moment. You enjoy life without worry that something's about to happen, without constant fear or anxiety that things are gonna go out of control very fast. So that was it for today. I would love to hear your ideas in the chat. Let me know if this resonates. You can drop in the chat one thing that you're willing to try in order to get more familiar with quiet moments. And just remember that on this healing journey, you will have ups and downs. You will have days where things are not going to work out, and that's fine. You're human. We all have this. It's not a linear road, it's a roller coaster at times. And things go wrong not because there's something wrong with you or you're broken or you're just beyond repair. It's just you are human and we are like this. Bad days, good days, we pick up and we move on. The main thing that I want to leave you with is that peace is not a threat. And if it feels as if it is, then you have ways and modalities and things you can do to be able to enjoy a peaceful, calm moment without the stress and the anxiety and without constant worry of the chaos, the calm before the storm. There is no such thing. So you are